Yo, it seems like a lot of people are really watching this little Boosie situation very, very closely. You know what I mean? Now, it would appear that people are hating on little Boosie because every time you look up, you see the little sly comments. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's see what he's gonna do. Let's see, but that's really how people feel. You know why? Because Boosie, he, I don't necessarily want to say he's always talking reckless, but at the same time, you always talking this street stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you're a bona fide millionaire, you know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to still be in them streets like that. So when you always talking streets, now it done got street, people want to see, okay, is he going to stand up? Is he really going to, what he preaches? Is he going to, stand up 10 toes down like he always says? Me personally, I don't see Boosie talking to no police. I just don't see it. Now, don't get me wrong. I know people will fool you. I know when people come to you and they come to you with football numbers, you quickly change your opinion or your mind rather. But in this case, I don't even feel like it's that serious. Now, unless the feds have something, excuse me. Look, cough. But at any rate, unless the feds have something that we don't know about, which I doubt, because Boosie ain't really running with no clicks like that. He ain't in no, Rico and nothing like that. So it's probably just the guns. They probably just want to tap him a little bit, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We got something for you, Boosie Boo. You know what I mean? So they probably just want to, slap him on his hand a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, he ain't going to get that much time if it's just about the guns. Because Boosie don't got no hellified criminal record. He ain't got nothing but some weed charges. I think he got caught with some drugs or something in jail. Or his baby mama tried to bring, something minor like that. So he's not going to get hit with with being a career criminal. Being a violent offender. You know what I'm saying? So the sentencing guidelines, he got nice lawyers. So he's going to have to take accountability pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Get his time and get on up through it, man. I don't see Boosie getting no more than maybe 2 to 4, 2 to 5 years at most. Now, that's a nice stretch, though, because, you're going to do that time without income. I know he got some things going on. He was trying to move to Vegas and build some businesses and things of that nature out in Vegas. So, it remains to be seen. But nevertheless, like I said, people are just sitting back and they just watching. Okay, let's see what old Boosie's gonna do, man. Because you always talking about stand on it. You always talking about if you get a life sentence, you know what you signed up for. You stand on it. See, a lot of these things is easy to say. You see what I'm saying? And some people really believe these things in their mind. It's easy to sit up there and be like, yeah, I'd be a real G like Terrence Gangster Williams. Shout out Terrence Gangster Williams, man. You know what I mean? Man did 24 years and not one person went to jail. And still ain't not one person went to jail that we know of. Even him telling on the dead. Not too many people's going to stand up and do that. But people will get on the internet and talk about this and talk about that. I would have did this. I would have did that. Yeah, you wouldn't have did shit. You know what I mean? You would have told. Man, I done been in them rooms, man. I done been indicted on, not in the feds, and this ain't nothing to brag about. You know what I'm saying? I done been indicted on an organized crime charge twice. Operating a continual criminal enterprise. And I tell you what, it ain't no fun, man. It's a scary situation, man. A very scary situation. So, and that was just in the state. You know what I'm saying? Facing a life sentence in the state. So the feds, I mean, it got to be much more intense and much more scary situation. You see what I'm saying? So, we all sit up there and say, yeah, man, I'm going to let my lawyer do the talking. And which you should, by the way. But when you in that room, man, and it's just you and them detectives, ain't no telling what a person is going to say, man. So it's best to just don't even do no dirt, period. Well, you ain't got to worry about being in that room. And if you do happen to do some dirt, which I don't recommend whatsoever, but if you just must do it and you don't want to listen to nobody and you just hard-headed, do it by your lonesome. Only person can tell on you is you. You know what I'm saying? But again, just don't do no dirt, period. You ain't got to worry about nobody telling on you. So like I said, I think it's half and half. You got a lot of guys that just don't like Boosie. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a lot of guys that's just like, all right, Boosie, all that stuff you talk, let's see if you really bad it and rowdy. You know what I'm saying? You from New Orleans? Are you about it? I'm about it. Let's see if you really about that, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't even think it's that serious. For what's he gonna tell on? You see what I'm saying? That's another thing. People always want to be like, well, I did my time. You know what I'm saying? I kept my mouth shut. First of all, it's not always somebody to tell on. You got to have some very, very valuable information to give them people. You see what I'm saying? For you, especially for you to get out. All that, give us 3 and we'll set you free. Come on, man. I don't even know if it really exists no more. Like, in order for that to happen, you really have to give them some valuable information that they really, really want bad enough to let you go. You see what I'm saying? So when you hear people talking about, man, I did my time like a G. I did my time like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you ain't got no choice but to do your time. Now you may get in there and get to talking, hoping that it's going to help you out and get your time cut. And oftentimes, from what I hear, that don't even work. Because you get in there and get to talking thinking police is your friends. Now what you done is, you ain't gave your lawyer a leg to stand on, because you done went in there and told them this, and this, thinking that, because they gave you a soda and a cigarette and a bag of chips, you know what I mean? They shake your hand and they talking to you and we know this and we know that. So that's their job. They go to school for this, man. You know what I'm saying? To lure you in, to make you feel comfortable to talk to them. So now you tell on yourself thinking that you outsmarting them, but they outsmarting you. So now you got to take this 30 years they offer you, because the information you gave them, you go to trial, you going to get your noodle pushed all the way backwards and get a life sentence. So you got to be smart, man. You got to be smart. And the smartest thing, just don't talk to the people at all, period. So I'm sure that if they come to Boosie, I don't even think that they'll come to him. But if they do, if they do attempt to come to him, me personally, I think Boosie's going to tell him, man, I ain't got nothing to talk about, man. That's just my personal opinion, man. Like I said, he got caught with a couple guns. All right. Ain't no, machine guns. He ain't get caught with no, nothing significant. I mean, it's significant because the feds picked it up. But that don't mean that just because the feds picked it up, that you automatically gone for life, man. So that's all I want to address today. You know what I'm saying? Boosie, he going to be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? But when you do get back out in a couple years or whatever, hopefully the people give you a bond. But I know the feds don't really like giving bonds. So that's another thing people's watching. Will he get a bond? How'd he get a bond? So, people's watching, man. They going to make their own assumptions, man. Even though he probably ain't going to say a word. People just, it's intriguing. It's intriguing. Terrence Gangster Williams, he's not going to let up on Boosie. Boosie called that man a homosexual, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a Muslim. He called that man homosexual. Boosie's not, Terrence Gangster Williams not going to let up. Charleston White, he's not going to let up. A lot of people, man, Lil Boosie rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Pause. Double pause. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily that they happy. He talks so much. He goes on Vlad and these other podcasts and he talks about how street and how gangster he is so much, because guess what? Boosie has to go viral to stay relevant. His music ain't really jumping like that no more. He got like a little fan base. You know what I'm saying? He can tour. He can do clubs. He can do small, but he ain't selling out no arenas. He ain't doing nothing like that. So he has to figure out a way to stay relevant. So at $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, he can get, a night going on tour, doing clubs and things of that nature. That's valuable. He needs that. You know what I'm saying? Which is a lot of money, by the way. So don't, make it like I don't want to just toss $50,000 and $60,000 a night around like that's just, small money. But I'm saying, it's interesting. I'm sorry that it happened to him, but maybe, he'll learn his lesson, and like I said, the next time he goes back on Vlad and any of these other platforms, there's only so much that you talk about. Talk about your business. Talk about, your ventures, things of that nature. You ain't got to be on there talking street all the time. But like I said, that's what makes him go viral. That's why they do so many interviews with Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Boosie gets paid. Vlad gets numbers. When Boosie's on there, man, your numbers is going to skyrocket, man. Proof is in the pudding. Hopefully you like this video. Feel free to definitely comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, man. I'm a new channel, man. Up and coming, man. We trying to give this game to the world, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't glorify prison whatsoever. What we do is we come on here and we tell prison stories so that hopefully people see this that's thinking about doing the wrong thing or maybe already doing the wrong thing. They see this and like, whoa, nah, I ain't going through that, man. I'm definitely not going through that. So, until next time, man, the Real Kens TV, we signing out.